What is up, YouTube? Sort of going after my first video about my no healing account. I wanted to do a video talking about my sort of specifically what characters I've built, why I built them, what sort of characters I'm going to pull for in the future, and just sort of show real quick sort of like how I build my characters as opposed to maybe like a normal person would. And one difference you'll probably find in my account more so than other people's is I have to hard invest in my one DPS character on my team because my teams are essentially DPS support. I don't have 3 people teams because there's really not a point unless I mess up, which I don't mess up. I never do. I literally perfect everything because I'm a god at this game. I lied. I just don't like having 3 people on there because it just looks weird. I like the 2 people. Feels really nice. And it lets me use my rover who has hella ass a lot more. So hard investing in my DPS is a must for me. I'm still working on my rover because sort of trying to farm the overworld, especially as a no healing account, is very annoying. So I haven't really gotten the chance to farm that many echoes, but I just use crit food and boom, my life's complete. Now, I invested in Rover a lot. You can see all her skills are maxed, save for these ones. I still gotta get these. I just unlocked those. But just like with any other account, I hard invest my DPS. My Gian is, I need that boy on some crit damage, bro. Lord help him. I invest in my DPS. And Yinlin's the exception because she's my queen. My sub DPS though, I think is sort of where I start to get a little unique. Well, maybe not unique, right? Maybe more so consistent. Because some people will make maybe like they're more Teffy on energy regen set if they just want them for that. I have to make every sub DPS character on energy set because it's not worth it for me to. I mean, I could try it. I'm gonna try it in the future. But at this moment in time, pump and dumping my main DPS is what I have to do at the moment. And so I put my Donjin, Mortefi, and my Sanhua all on energy regen. And I pretty much just do their burst, switch to my main DPS, and that's pretty much it. Which really isn't that bad because I really like my main DPS characters. And they're very fun to play. Y'all never heard of the 4-3-1-1-1 before. Y'all heard of 4-4-1-1-1? Y'all heard of 4-3-3-1-1? Y'all ain't never heard of 4-3-1-1-1 before. God have mercy. But what's nice about this is I don't really need a main stat. Realistically, I could go HP Mortefi and it would pretty much be the same thing. So, and honestly, I might plan on doing that, just putting HP percent on all my sub DPS. A lot of people in my chat hate it though because they're like, but Donjin's my favorite character in the whole game. I can't believe you're reducing it to a sub DPS. You're damn right. Hey, shit. I had Donjin swab in the deck. I have her swab in the deck if I could. Hey, she gonna stay sub DPS. And you know what? Hey, Sanhua too. Sanhua gonna be cleaning up the britches. She gonna be cleaning up the brig is what I meant to say. She gonna be cleaning up the brig. That's her job. It's their job to be my sub DPS. They're supposed to pump my kings and queens aside from Yinlin. Yinlin Calcharo is low-key probably my best team, but my best character is my rover. For sure. My best character is my rover. Aside from that, my account isn't really that different than most other people's because everyone sort of has to build their characters, you know, damage focused for the most part. I just can't do that on my sub DPS. Now, the way I play the game with this setup is probably a little different than most people's because a lot of people probably have a lot less time on their main DPS because there's 2 other characters they need to swap through their rotations, whereas I just have 1. So my sort of rotation is usually start off the fight with a sub DPS, do their kit, get their outro, and then outro, do their freaking echo skill, boom, outro. Main character. The main character is going to play for a very long time while they're using the outro buffs. And then even a little after the outro buffs because sometimes it's just not worth it for me to switch. But pretty much what I'm trying to say is I'm on my main DPS a lot more than other accounts because it sort of locks me in a little bit. Something I've learned is like sort of with this no healing sort of run are skills that are very useful for avoiding damage or giving my brain a break and maybe damage reduction. And useful skills for that are pretty much Gion's ult is probably the most obvious one. Gion's ult is an auto parry machine. The only time I haven't seen him auto parry every single attack is with the Huron because the Huron's hitboxes are very weird. And if you try to counter the freaking dive attack, it 50% of the time for me will miss and I'll take full damage. But anyways, Gion is a parry god, so his ult is the most obvious form of damage reduction, which is no damage at all. So he just parries. The hardest part, low-key, the hardest part about Gion's ult is knowing when not to try and parry, but when to dodge, because the screen is filled with green and I can't see shit. So trying to dodge an attack with all that can be a little hard. Now, the sort of skills I typically tend to go for, though, are very quick burst skills. And I would say Sanhua is probably the best sub DPS support character on my whole account. Because you go in, ice wall, ult, ice wall, and then you do your thing, and then if your outro's not in yet, then you probably did the combo wrong. But immediately switch back off to Rover or whoever else I'm playing with, probably Encore. And that's what makes Sanhua probably like the best. But skills like that are either one, very quick to use, and sort of leading on that quick to use skills that are easy to parry with are very nice. Because they let me double dip into putting my shit on cooldown and doing damage, which is for anybody, but more so apparent on a no healing account because I have to use everything to do damage. Another skill that is pretty useful, I haven't really used it too much yet because I don't really have my Encore built that much, is her charge attack from her forte. Gives you 70% damage reduction, I believe it is. And I could probably use that to avoid a one-shot mechanic if there's ever one like that in the future, but skills like that are ones that are probably going to be pretty useful in the future. Now, skills that are freaking useless to my account are stuff like Danjin. That's a forte that's useless to my account because it heals. And Yin Lin's skill is also great because it gives you 15% crit rate, which is something just more damage. Great on my account. You know, healing it, no healing or free to play. So any sort of like stim buff like that is going to be great. I will say though, even though I can use it and I've gotten used to it, Calcharo's combo is very hard to hit on a no healing account specifically because he has 3 skills you have to hit while intermixing his combo because you skill, attack, and within those 6 hits, if I take any chip damage, it's permanent. So that's a very hard one to hit, but it's very rewarding because it's a lot of damage and it looks cool and Calcharo's badass, so I'll never regret using that. But skills like that are pretty tricky to hit. And sort of skills that are... So going back to Gion. Gion's probably like the best character for a no healing account for the most part because he makes it very easy to parry. And his skill sort of multi-dips into one being easy to parry with because on top of being easy to parry with, it's good for movement. But because it's so easy to parry with specifically because it's not just one hit, right? Like Rover's skill. Rover's skill is easy to parry with because it's a quick one hit, same as Sanhua. Gion's is like 4 different hits in one animation. So if any of those hit during the parry, it's a parry. And it's very fast and its hitbox is freaking huge. So hitting a parry with that is extremely easy and very free. Unless you're fighting the bird, at which point it's a 50-50. But I mean, aside from all that, not a whole lot else to be said. I just have to look out for skills that are very fast, do their intended purpose very quickly, and a skill like Gion's is literally perfect for this account. I mean, shit, aside from that, there really ain't a whole lot else to be said. My account is probably pretty similar to most people's, like, except for the lack of healing. It's just I have to focus my main DPS and their uptime a lot more than most people. But, I mean, shit, that's about it. Love y'all. See ya.